Thank you for watching Lumsden Belting How-To Splicing Flexx Flow. Tools you'll need for this is a pair of wire cutters and 2 sets of needle nose pliers. To begin, you'll need a full width wire that we've included inside the tube that your belt is rolled and shipped on. Inside, there's multiple splice wires for your convenience. If this was a repair situation, you would now need to cut out these wires that you're now about to splice into, but in this case we're acting as if this is a new belt. As you can see with the splice wire, she's wrapped a 180-degree fold in the wire, not crimping anything, not bending it, but gently folding it through the center openings. Flexx Flow belts are all odd number of openings across the width, so you'll be able to always have a middle wire opening that you want to start on. As you can see that there's an equal amount of 3 openings on each side now. And she's doing her best to not distort that wire. Never want to have any hard bends. As you see, she brings that down through the opening next to it, and now you have to go back to the previous opening and underneath and up and through. All while doing her best to not make any hard bends in the wire. You will distort the wire, there's no way around that. Just want to do the best you can to minimize the amount of bends that are in the wire. This will ensure you get the longest life you can out of your belt with the most efficient splice wire. As you can see, going back over, crossing over an empty opening, putting it through the outermost opening, and weaving that back underneath to the previous opening. Once again, there is distortion on that wire, and she's going to do her best to keep that straight. But at the end, you'll want to go back through and correct any kinks that might be in that wire. As you can see, with the splice wire on the outermost edge, loops that through the wire below it, taking the wire above the splice wire and bringing that back underneath it to complete the belt. And she goes through and tries to do her best on straightening those wires out. Now, going to be repeating the process on the other side, going down through an opening and back under and up through the previous opening. Back under and up. Once again, distortion in the wire is going to happen. You're just trying to minimize it. Same thing. Going to the wire opening that's next to it and starting from there. Now going back under and up and through the previous opening. As she pulls that through. And we'll get a close-up of finishing on the edge, showing the splice wire looping in to the wire behind it. The wire in front of it looping in to the splice wire. Let's watch that again in slow motion. Splice wire looping into the wire behind it to complete the edge, and now the wire in front of the splice wire looping that into the splice. Now that the belt has been made endless, you want to go back through and try and straighten the splice wire as much as possible. The reason this is Flexx Flow belting is all made with a specific pitch to match up to the sprockets. When this portion of the belt goes around the drive shaft and is engaged in the sprocket teeth, if that splice wire is distorted, it'll jump the sprocket teeth. It'll continue to do that, causing a lot of damage to the belt as well as the sprockets. You're going to have premature belt failure, which is also going to cause you a lot more time and energy later on to repair that. So if you can take that extra minute now, you're going to save yourself in the long run. Splicing of a Flexx Flow wire can be a bit challenging at first, but with a little bit of practice and perseverance, you'll get through it. And we thank you here at Lumsden for doing everything that you guys do to keep our belts running the best that they can. Thank you.